Welcome back to the Lovely Grind. My name is Michael Preby. I run the website lovelygrind.com, where I write about a variety of balanced living, spiritual living, soulful living topics. And the series of videos that I'm doing currently is talking about how to make progress in the fight to get off of prescription drugs like Paxil, Xanax, other antidepressants. But really the advice in these videos is going to be for anyone who wants to make positive changes in their life, because a lot of these things that I learned during withdrawal and the tips that helped me through withdrawal are things that are going to apply to making any sort of positive movement in life. It was a hard lesson learned, but the lessons learned certainly are proven beneficial in many aspects of my life. So the topic I'm going to cover today is how to get moving when you feel as if your body is made of lead. When you have absolutely zero energy, you feel as if you have zero amount of mental reserves, zero in the spiritual tank. So how do you get moving when you feel like you're at the absolute bottom, looking up at a mountaintop and wanting to reach that top but not knowing how to take the first step? Well, the answer is simple, and it's one step at a time, little by little. So you just get a burning desire in you to make a change no matter what it is, and you make a resolution that that change is going to be made regardless of physical discomfort or the dissenting opinions of others, because every day as you're working towards any sort of goal is going to bring a challenge, and a lot of times you're going to get stuck in a mental loop of negative thinking. And when you're suffering through something like overwhelming fatigue, the sort of fatigue that hits you when your body is fighting to rid itself of all these prescription toxins, you're really going to need to push through from a deeper place. And a way to find those deeper reserves quickly, or more quickly, is to get moving little by little. So that means exercising in some capacity. And the best, easiest way to do that is going to be to start taking some short walks. Now, when I was first hit by prescription drug withdrawal, I remember the fatigue was so overwhelming that I would sit down in an office chair and it felt like it took an overwhelming amount of energy to sit up straight. That's how disturbing the fatigue was. And combined with that sense of fatigue, or certainly contributing to it, was sleeplessness. It was an insomnia, because I was never able to get a restful, restorative night's sleep. As anyone who's suffering through prescription drug withdrawal knows, that's a huge problem early on. But as with anything else, that's going to get better and better. And getting small amounts of exercise is something that's going to help that sleep as well. So it's going to, in the long term, the movement is going to boost your energy levels, and it's also going to help your sleep. And it's going to give you a mental and a spiritual clarity that is really going to prove beneficial no matter what your situation is. So my advice to those of you who are feeling as if you can't get out of bed, or if you're working all day and you come home and you feel as if you're so drained that you just want to lay on your bed and ruminate about a negative situation, go for a 10-minute walk around the block. Try doing that 3 or 4 times a week. Ideally, you want to make it a part of almost every day of your life, and ideally you're going to go further and further distances. But just a 10-minute walk. Take an MP3 player with you. I'm going to be posting some videos on here of songs, playlists that I find extremely helpful for cardio. Now I'm working out 6-7 days a week, lifting weights, doing a lot of running. I always thought I hated to run. I hated distance running. Now I love running. It really takes effort for me to do something other than running, because I like getting outdoors so much and running. I run 5, 6, 7, 8 or more miles at a time. And it's just something that I find so useful for resetting my mind and bringing emotional and mental clarity to any day. I just watched a movie, I believe it was called A Mile to You, about a runner. And it was a kid who lost all of his friends and his girlfriend, a high school kid, in a bus crash. The whole cross country or track team or whatever it was riding back from a meet. And everyone was on the bus, and for some reason he didn't get on the bus. I don't recall why. Either his parents were bringing him home, or it was some sort of punishment by the coach. Whatever it was, Everyone got on the bus except for him, and the bus ended up crashing and going over a bridge. And so he's dealing with that, and he doesn't want to run for a while, but he transfers to another school, meets a new coach who kind of invigorates him and gets the kid's mind and heart to kind of cleanse themselves through sticking with running. And one of the things the coach said to him in that movie said, I have to run because running can save a bad day for me. And I think that's totally true. Movement can save a bad day, any amount of movement. Eventually it might be running for you, but to start with, it might just be a 10-minute walk or a 15-minute walk. Getting outdoors, getting that fresh air, it's something that can be done even in bad weather climates. I live in Wisconsin, so I lived through some horrific winters. But if you're just wanting to go for a walk, you can put on boots, you can go to a county park or a city park or a state park, get that fresh air hitting you in the face, get moving, work up a sweat in some capacity. You're going to sweat out toxins, and you're going to sweat out a lot of bad thoughts, bad energy, and that fresh air is going to bring new energy into you, as well as it's a great opportunity to get out there and connect with God by connecting with the things He created for you to enjoy. So I hope that anyone who thinks that they can't exercise will give it a try, just with their own creative little ways. There's nothing wrong with going at a slow pace. There's nothing wrong with walking in your basement in place. I remember when I was first going through withdrawal, I was in an apartment in Madison, and I would not want to leave my apartment, but I would do push-ups. I'd do jogging in place in the bathroom. I'd take an MP3 player into the bathroom with me. I'd do a combination of shadow boxing and aerobics. It sounds silly, but I would close the door, do that for 10-15 minutes, work up a great sweat. I would kind of do that as a break in writing sessions sometimes. I remember also I was in an office job in Madison, and I was going through this withdrawal, and I would feel like the walls were closing in on me. And on Friday afternoons, I'd be by myself in the office oftentimes, and I would get down in my cubicle, I'd get down on the floor, and I'd do push-ups, something to get that blood moving, something to remind me that I'm alive. And that's really what movement is going to do for you. Little by little, you put the first painful week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in of just getting those legs moving, getting those lungs working, and you're going to be amazed at how you feel after 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And eventually, I really think it's going to become one of the most beneficial parts of your life. Even if you're at a state right now where you're feeling chronically fatigued, you're not in great shape because you haven't had energy for a while. Maybe the diet hasn't been great, or you can't really eat much at all right now. I urge you, just get moving little by little. Take those tiny steps at a time, and those tiny steps are really giant steps. So tiny giant steps towards progress. Try to get 20-30 minutes of walking in the next few days or in the next week. Try to go for 3 short walks and report back to yourself in a week, see how you feel. And try to string a few weeks like that together. I know it's tough, but trust me, you get a sweat worked up, you get your body moving, you get that fresh air moving through your system, you're really, really going to thank God that you did it, and you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to sleep better, you're going to get more energy, you're going to get more mental clarity, and it's going to eventually bring you renewed perspective every day. And it's going to be a tool that you can use not just throughout the course of perhaps drawn out withdrawal, but also through any challenging situation in your life, and through the good times too. It's probably just going to become a part of your life, even if you thought you would never enjoy movement much or exercise much. Trust me, it's going to be something that's really going to be a productive tool for you going forward. So I urge you, get moving a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, feel free to comment, ask me questions, whether it's related to movement, diet, exercise, questions about withdrawal, whatever it is. My name is Michael Priebe. My website's The Lovely Grind at www.lovelygrind.com. So feel free to go there, sign up for the mailing list to get all my blog posts, which will include some nutrition stuff, some motivational stuff, spiritual stuff, and also, as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for the next video. Have a great day.